beside the Christmas tree, the crystal sea. Gone is all my debt of sin, a great change is brought within, and to live I now begin, risen from the fall. Yet a debt I did not pay, someone died for me one day, sweeping all the debt away. Jesus paid it all. Jesus died and paid it on the cross of Calvary, and my heart was melted at his dying call. Oh, his heart was broken on the tree for you and me, yes, and the debt is cancelled. Jesus paid it all. Sing on, ye joyful pilgrims, knowing the moment's all. My faith is ever rising with every tuneful song. Lo, on the mount of blessing, the glorious mount I stand, and looking over Jordan, I see the promised land. Sing on your blissful music, with every note you raise. My heart is filled with rapture, my soul is lost in praise. Sing on blissful music, with every note you raise. My heart is filled with rapture, my soul is lost in praise. There's a message to be glad for the sinful and the sad. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. It will give and encourage you, it will help you to be true. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Bring out the word, O land, and see. Still far from Jesus, and he lived in sin. Bring out the news that makes men free, to all the lost of every nation. Bring the message out. It was precious love that found me, when the bands of sin had bound me. It was love that planned escape for me, when I was lost and down. It was love in sad plight saw me, it was love that reached out for me. 'Twas the precious love of Jesus Christ, the mighty Holy One. 'Twas love, 'twas precious love, that caused my Savior there upon the cruel cross to choose a death of shame for even me. How can I repay the debt of love I owe? For His salvation full and free, give true love, wonderful love, matchless love. we at his feet may fall, we'll join the everlasting song and crown him, 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 and crown him, Lord. They crucified my Lord, laid him in the tomb. Now lies the Son of God in their sacred gloom. The man of grief and torn, there is silence lies. Death has within its core, God of earth and skies. But behold, there was an earthquake, for from heaven came an angel, with a countenance like lightning, and a raiment white as snow. When left darkened Mary Magdalene, 'twas the angel's voice that said, "Lo, he is not yet risen. Christ is risen from the dead. He who for the world's salvation bled, now is risen, risen from the dead. Glory, honor we will ever sing, praise to our risen, risen King. Hallelujah, sing with us to heaven, voices raise, and ever shall he ransom once for you, his blood was shed. Sing a hymn of gladness, sing to God a hymn of praise. Christ the Lord is risen, indeed is risen from the dead. From dust our God created man, He is our God, the great I am.
Good evening. Welcome to Singing Sunday, brought to you by the Jurong Church of Christ. My name is Paul Go. Very happy to be sharing this platform with you. And this evening, we'll be looking at hymn number 702, taken from the Praise for the Lord hymnal, edited by John P. Wigan. 702, Trials Dark on Every Hand. Okay, and it's written by Charles A. Tindley. Okay, both composed and written by Charles A. Tindley. All right, so before we dive into the hymn, okay, let us look at the hymn in its entirety. Trials dark on every hand. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God would lead us to that blessed promised land. But He'll guide us with His eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Second verse. All of our cherished plans have failed, disappointments have prevailed, and we've wandered in the darkness, heavy-hearted and alone. But we are trusting in the Lord, and according to His word, we will understand it better by and by. Third verse. Temptations, hidden snares, often take us unawares, and our hearts are made to bleed for some thoughtless word or deed. And we wonder why the test, when we try to do our best. We will understand it better by and by. And the chorus. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Right? And let's now sing the hymn. Okay, we'll be just singing the first verse.
Trials stuck on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. But He'll guide us with His eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by.
Amen. And that was the very rousing trials dark on every hand. In spite of the title, and in spite of some of the parts of the lyrics, okay, you can see that the mood here is really of the uplifting nature. Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. All right, so let's look at some of the technical details. So this hymn, okay, is written in the key of E flat. Okay, you can see the three flats over there. Okay, the B flat, E flat, and A flat. So the triangle, okay, the do, right, is on the E flat. Okay, so the key of E flat. All right. So the range. Actually, I got it myself. So anyway, a quick mention of the composer and the songwriter. So Tindley was actually a noted songwriter and composer of gospel hymns, right? And in fact, has been recognized as one of the so-called founding fathers of the American gospel music. However, in our particular Praise for Lord hymnal, this is the only hymn that we have of his. All right, so coming back to the details. So in terms of the range, I would say fairly on the narrower side. Okay, the basses, okay, you do go down to a touch lower. Okay, although just briefly. Okay, you go down to a G. Okay, but okay, the sopranos, which may or may not be good news to you. Okay, depending on your voice type. Okay, the sopranos, basically you don't go above a C. Okay, this is about the highest note that you have here. Okay, by and by. Okay, which is very comfortable. Okay, for everyone. Right. The tenors, however, okay, you do go up to an E flat. Okay, so I really leave it up to the discretion of the song leader. Right, if your congregation, is generally have men that it's more like a tenor-ish, right, on the tenor side. Okay, please feel free to just raise up the pitch by a semitone or two. Okay, and even if you raise it up a tone, okay, it will still only bring up the sopranos to a D. Okay, which is still very, very comfortable. Okay, the only thing that you might have to concern yourself with is the tenors. Okay, which will actually go up to an F sharp. Okay, if you raise it up to a tone. So really depending on the makeup of the congregation. All right, so I leave it up to your discretion. Okay, so time signature. Okay, you have the very popular 4/4. Okay, simple 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and in terms of the tempo wise, okay, as you've heard, right, quite fast and rousing. Right, so I would say probably a crotchet to from 100 to about 120. So again, as we mentioned on previous occasions, really dependent on the acoustics of your auditorium or of the place of worship, the venue of the worship. So if it's like a drier place, you might want to take it just a touch faster. Okay, and if it's a more lively acoustics, okay, like what we have in Jurong, okay, you might want to take it just a touch slower, right? Otherwise, it's just a big muddle if the place is very lively. Okay, I mean the acoustics are very lively. All right, so the mood-wise, okay, we mentioned, right? Even though obviously there's a very important message behind that, the writing, okay, but nevertheless, okay, you can hear the joy in the hymn, in the way that's written, very rousing, even you can almost imagine, in spite of the tribulation, a Christian can skip and hop along the way, right? Certainly, that's because of our confidence in God, okay? And even though, okay, we may not see it through our human eyes, right? And especially in times of, in these times of present distress, right? On so many fronts, right? Of course, the whole world's still grappling with the pandemic, and then you had that unrest, in Europe. It's just, it's trying times, right? And our hearts go out to those who are directly affected by it. But nevertheless, in times of temptation and tribulation, okay, we can take great comfort that even though we may not understand it now, but we will understand it better by and by, and we know that God is in control. All right, so some other technical aspects. Okay, we have the rather interesting rhythmic pattern over here. Right, so instead of your usual long shot skipping rhythm, right, Tindley actually turned it around. Okay, so it goes better, by, and by. Okay, which actually makes very good sense. Okay, because when we say better, okay, the first syllable is shorter, right? Better. You won't say better, you would say better. All right, so it makes it's very easy on our mouths. Okay, it is understand it better by and by. Okay, and there's by and by obviously is 2 words. All right, so you can afford to stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so there's a very clever use of this rhythmic pattern based on the syllables of the word. Right. So it is also quite useful, right, for us to understand the skipping rhythm, okay, because oftentimes when you have a quaver followed by a dotted quaver followed by a semiquaver motif, we tend to get a little bit lax and lazy, okay, and it's not as crispy. Instead of 3:1, okay, by and by, okay, by and by, okay, we tend to get a little bit lazy by and by. It's just a more loose kind of rhythm, okay. But if you can think of it as a contrast, better, by and by, okay, so that's the better, okay, because very easy, it's or rather relatively easier, okay, to say the better more accurately, better, by and by, right? So you have the mirror there as a kind of a contrast and comparison, okay, so that we know whether we have actually done accurately the rhythmic pattern, right? So I'd like to encourage you, to just take this motif, okay, and just play around with it, right? Better, by and by. And then maybe you can add a few more by and by and by and by, okay? And you can kind of see for yourself, experience for yourself the relationship, okay, between the long and the short, okay? And over time, okay, you'll be more sensitive to it, right? So better, by and by. So then you can try better, or you can try a few times. Better, 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 by and by and by and by and by, right? So to get used to the kind of relationship. All right. And then, let's see. Okay, so and then there's another one. Okay, this one could be a little bit tricky as well. Okay, and of course, I mean, when we say gathering, okay, usually, it's more of like, it almost sounds like it's a 2-syllable, like gathering. Okay, but in this case, it's gathering, right? So, well, I guess, you can kind of like model it in, okay, God are gathering home, okay, gathering home. But the idea here is get the ring, right? So you have to make it a little bit crispier, okay? God are gathering home, okay, or God are gathering home. So the ga and the ring must be kind of like tighter. Right, so there's one, the other aspect. Okay, and yep, and then towards the end it comes back again. Okay, we'll understand it better by and by. Right? So in terms of the overall musical intent, okay, as you have heard a while ago in the recording, okay, it's really kind of a bouncy, skipping, kind of a bubbly kind of mood, right? And then, so I would suggest, okay, to just give a little bit more bounce and articulation, okay, especially when you have a whole swath of quaver notes, okay, which can be quite fast, okay, especially if you take it in a faster tempo, right? So trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Okay, so a fair bit of so-called bouncing of the diaphragm is involved. Okay, all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, so instead of all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. So number one, okay, it's a little bit more difficult to articulate, right? And especially if it's in a more lively acoustic, okay, it can your words can sound quite muddled up, right? So this is just a suggestion, from the musical, even technical point of view, okay, to just give a little bit more articulation, okay, to these parts, okay, and obviously in the chorus, right, there's one stretch that like it's a little bit more lyrical, okay, by and by, and then it comes back when the morning comes, okay. So this is another one that okay, I forgot to mention, okay. So this is another one that you really need to be a bit more crispy, okay, just to give a contrast to here, right? By and by, then when the morning comes, and then all the saints of God are gathering home. Okay, so a different kind of motif here, and then we will tell the story how we've overcome, and then go back. We will understand it better by and by. Okay, so the kind of rhythmic pattern here, that if you handle it well, okay, it really makes adds so much more to the meaning of the hymn. All right, so let us dive into the parts. Okay, sopranos. Okay, and so while we are taking a break here, I was just looking at our feed. Okay, okay, welcome all to our joining us. Okay, if you are new to Singing Sunday, please drop us a note, or even if you're not new, you're joining us, just drop us a note to say hi. Okay, we're so happy that you can be with us this evening. All right, so let us look at the sopranos. Do. Okay. So in 4, 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Right? So fairly straightforward. Okay, fairly straightforward writing. Okay, pretty narrow so far. Okay, let's try again. Trials, 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. All right. Okay. I think. Let's see. Okay. Let's go back to the altos first. Okay. Okay, altos. Do, so. Okay, so just be careful. You have an accidental over here. Okay, the D natural and then the D flat. Okay, do, ti, te, la. Okay, ti, te, la, 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 so. Okay, right, let's try it from the beginning. So, do, so, do. 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky over here. Okay, especially if you're doing it particularly fast. So you have the do, do, ti, te. Okay, do, 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 ti, te, la, 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 so. Okay, it can be a bit tricky over there. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's take it a bit slower, right? 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Right? So make sure you end out with the same note stand as a starting note, okay, trials, okay, because it's the same note, right? So, all right, if you don't end on the same note, which means somewhere over here must have gone wrong. Okay, so be careful about that. Okay, do, ti, te, la. All right, because it's very narrow. It's all quaver. Sorry, I mean semitone intervals. All right, so it's a little bit difficult to handle. So do, ti, te, la. Okay, just think high. Right, think higher. Okay, once again. So 1, 2, go. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Yes. Right, one more time, just a bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Good. All right, we carry on. Same thing, do, so, do. All the ways that God will lead us. Okay, do, la, so. Lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay. Do, ti, ti, do, ti. Okay, again from the top of the page. So, 1, 2, 3. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, so this is the one that's could be a little bit more tricky. Do, la, so. God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, one more from the top of the page. So, 1, 2, 3. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Yes. All right, so let's take it from the top of the hymn, okay, without stopping. And double check our pitch. Do, so, 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Yes, excellent. All right, so if you're still unsure, okay, just go back and review the recordings, and I'm sure you'll get it after a few tries. All right, tenors. Do, mi, trials dark. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Okay, fairly straightforward. Okay, mi, fa, so, fa, fa, mi. Okay, one more time. Ready, go. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. All right, next. Same thing, mi, fa, so. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, excuse me. Okay, one more time. Mi, fa, so. Ready, go. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. All right, so you have over here, okay, the A natural. Okay, A natural here. Okay, because you have A flat, right, in the key of E flat major. So there's A natural over here. Oh, sorry. Okay, the A natural over here. Okay, so fi, so. Okay, one more time from the top of the page. Mi, go. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Yes. All right, so from the top of the hymn, without stopping. Mi, go. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Yes. All right, excellent. Right, basses, back to you. Okay, double check our pitch. No trials dark on every hand. Okay, one stretch of those, and we cannot understand. Okay, do, fa, do, ti, la, so, fa, do, fa, do. Right, so this is again one of the intervals that you need to be very familiar as a bass. Okay, do, so, and then do, fa, do. Okay, it's very usual. Okay. Very often seen in the bass part. Right, so once again from the top of the page. Do, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. Okay, carry on. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, so this is the one that's quite unique and is so special to you that you really need to milk it. Okay, and later on we'll go on to the next page. Okay, we will start with the bases. Okay, just because of this. All right, so but before we carry on, just go back to the top of the page again. So one whole stretch of do's, do, and then go re, and then so ti re fa, so fa. Okay, so then okay, be careful of that interval over there. Okay, but I think after a few times you should be able to get it quite smoothly. Okay, so once again from the top of the page, do, go. All the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Okay, so ti re fa. Alright, so again the flat here, okay, is the reason why is because the tenors have the A natural. Okay, but this is to tell you that it is back to an A flat for you. Alright. Okay, so before we carry on, just let's go back to the top of the page. Okay, and the bases. Okay, we'll take it through without stopping. Do, 3. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways of God all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. Yes. Okay, and then we carry on with the bases. So you have the so ti re fa mi re do. Okay, so it's actually pretty straightforward. Okay, so once you navigate the interval, so ti re fa, and it goes a scale coming down, mi re do. Right. So one more time. Hey, previously. A blessed promised land, but he'll guide us with his eye. Alright, so let's try to take it one more time, slowly. Land, from the to the blessed, ready, go. To the blessed promised land, but he'll guide us with his eye. That's right. Okay, one more time, in tempo. To go. To that blessed promised land, but he'll guide us with his eye. Yes. Right. So the tricky part, okay, is don't forget. Okay, don't be so indulgent in the land, and you forget that you actually have notes and words coming in. Okay, not land. Okay, so land, but he'll guide us with his eye. Okay, sometimes you can get carried away. All right. So, but do be careful about that. Oh, one more time. Okay, let's take it. Okay, in tempo. Do, to, ready, go. To that blessed promised land, but he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. And then here comes, we will understand it better by and by. Okay, so there's G here. We will understand it better by and by. So we mentioned a while ago in the introduction, right? So this one, do take note. Okay, better by and by. Right? Okay, so one more time. Okay, let's navigate that leap. To do, ready, go. To that blessed promised land, but he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Yes. Right, so this is again a fairly big leap. Okay, so fa do mi. Okay, it's a 6. Do mi fa so do. Okay, that's right. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to Sopranos. Okay, so you ended with to the blessed promised land, and then do, same thing, do re mi, but he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. Okay, but we will understand it better by and by. Okay, let's try it from the top. Do, go. But he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Yes. Right. Sopranos. Excuse me. Altos. So do ti do. Right. So previously you have the so do ti ti do do ti. Right. And it goes to do, do, ti, do, but he'll guide, ready, go. But he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Okay, so be careful about this. So do, do, ti, 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 do, ti, so. Better by and by. Okay, one more time for the top of the page. Do, go. But he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Yes. Alright, tenors. Alright, so previously we have so, so, fi, fi, so, and then same note. But he'll guide us with his eye. Ready, go. But he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, alright, one more time. So, go. But he'll guide us with his eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. That's right. Okay, excellent. Right, so bases we've already done. Okay, so let's carry on to the chorus. Okay, let's double check our pitch. So, hey, so, excuse me, do, mi, so, by, ready, 1, 2, 3, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. Alright, and then, okay, let's carry on. Oh, sorry, let's do that one more time. So, la, mi, re, do, la, lo. Okay, so when the morning comes, okay, be careful of that. Okay, sometimes I do hear a few variations. Okay, but let's stick to what Tindley has written for us, right? Re, do, la, do. Okay, when the morning comes. Okay, so skipping straight. Okay, when the morning comes. And same thing, all the saints of God are gathering home. Okay, God are gathering home. Okay, be very crispy about that. Or let's say if you want to take it in one, as 2 syllables. Gathering home. Yeah, God are gathering home. God are gathering home. So gathering home. The ring, okay, comes a bit faster. Instead of God are gathering home, it's God are gathering home. Okay, God are gathering home. Okay, God are gathering home. Okay, so whichever you want to, which way you want to take. Okay, make sure that the okay comes quite in very close proximity. Okay, gathering or gathering. Right. Okay, so one more time from the, and of course this applies to all the parts as well. Okay, one more time, sopranos. So, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. Okay, let's carry on. Do, mi, so, we will tell, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, okay, one more time. Okay, so just in case, okay, don't be confused over here, right? Okay, you see a flat, okay, it doesn't apply to you, right? So how do we know? Okay, basically, you have to use your eagle eyes, okay, to make sure the accidental, okay, we call these the accidentals, right? Okay, lies in the same line of that note that is affecting. All right, so how do we know that it's not yours? Okay, because it's on the same line of the note for the altos, okay, which is actually a D. Okay, a D, okay, it's on the space. Now, if it were just, a little bit higher, such that the line is crossing the accidental, in this case the flat, then it applies to that note on the line, right? So that's how we tell. All right, so be very careful. It doesn't apply to sopranos, but it applies to the altos. All right. So do, mi, so, we will tell. Ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. That's right. Okay, let's take it from the top of the chorus. Okay, sopranos. So, go. by and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, that's right. Excellent. Okay, altos. Right, so they have so, la, mi. Yours is mi, mi, do. Okay, by and by, and then la, 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 la. Okay, la, 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 so. Okay, sorry, excuse me. Do, mi, ready, go. By and by, when the morning comes. Okay, and then from here, okay, you have la, 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 so, and then you go back to the mi again. Mi, now it's mi, re, do, so. Okay, don't forget, you have now it's two crotchets instead of a minim, right? So mi, re, do, so, ti, ti, do, 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 ti. Okay, God are gathering home, right? Let's try that. Mi, re, do, so, ready, go. All the saints of God are gathering home. Okay, so be careful about that. Okay, it is T, T, do, 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 T, right? So be careful of the notes, we don't want to have any other version, right? So God are gathering home. Okay, God are gathering home. One more time. Oh, go. All the saints of God are gathering home. All right, one more time for the top of the page. Me, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. Yes, excellent. Next. So do mi, okay, we will tell the story. Alright, so now the flat applies to you, right? We mentioned just now. So mi, do, instead of ti is de, mi, do, de, la, 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 so. Okay, so do mi, ready? We will tell, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. Okay, in tempo, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. And then back to do. We will understand it better by and by. Yes. Alright, one more time for the top of the page. Okay, let's double check our pitch. Do, so, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes. Okay, let's take it from the top of the chorus without stopping. Mi, altos, ready, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, excellent. Okay, tenors. Ready? Oops, excuse me. Yes, so you launch the chorus with a high E flat. By and by, right? Let's double check our pitch. Yes. By and by, when the morning comes. Okay, so da, so, fa, 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 mi, and then da, da, so, 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 so. Okay, and here is fi, okay, the A natural, right? So, so, fi, 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 so, God are gathering home. Okay, one more time from the top of the page. Da, ready, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. Good. Okay, let's carry on. And then, so the mi, so, do. Right, so it's interesting, right? So the sopranos have do, mi, so, and then the altos go so, do, mi, and then you go mi, so, do. Okay, we will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, okay, one more time. Mi, so, do. Ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, excellent. Okay, let's take it from the chorus. Okay, without stopping. Da, ready, 3, go. By and by, when the morning comes. All the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, alright, excellent. Okay, Baylus, back to you. Okay, thank you for hanging on there. Okay, double check your pitch. Do, by and by, and then fa, 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 do, and then do, mi. Okay, do, re, mi, re, so. Right? Okay, with the words, do, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. Right? And then carry on. We will tell, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. And then, mi, fa, sol, we will understand it better by and by. Okay, one more time from the top of the page. Do, ready, go. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, okay, from the top of the chorus, basis. Do, ready, go. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by. Yes, excellent. Well done, everybody. All right. Okay, so yep. So that's all the parts, okay, and certainly as we have seen, okay, it is certainly a very rousing hymn, rousing song, okay, with a very, very important message, okay, especially in times of distress. All right, so now without further ado, we will sing the hymn one last time.
Trials stuck on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. But He'll guide us with His eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God are gathering home. We will tell the story, how we've overcome. We will understand it better by and by.
Amen. And certainly we will understand it better by and by if we continue to put our faith in God and in His Word. If we continue to practice what He teaches us, certainly the peace of God will come over us. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Okay, once again, this has been Singing Sunday, brought to you by the Jurong Church of Christ. My name is Paul Goh. Once again, very, very happy and honored to be sharing this platform with you, and I trust that this has been beneficial. All right, so as it is, we are still having our services streamed online, okay, at 9 a.m. Every Sunday. We're both on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. Okay, so do join us on either channels, and please, okay, if you'll be so helpful to us, okay, to click like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Okay, we will be having all our snippets and whatnot we have, okay, in future, probably gospel meetings streamed on YouTube as well. Okay, and that will be a good archive for you. Okay, and we also have excuse me, online Bible classes for all ages. And on Sunday, okay, typically is for about 10:30, okay, and also on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. All right, so if you would like to be part of our Bible classes, okay, just let us know, and we will drop you. We'll communicate with you how you can gain access to these online lessons. Okay, and not forgetting, we have ongoing series. Okay, we have Motivating Monday. Okay, and this month, okay, it has been on the theme of to be like Jesus. Okay, so Brother Calvin Chong will be sharing with us more tomorrow. Okay, and of course Tuesday tips we have been sharing on the snippets on Psalms that's delivered to us by Brother Patrick Swain on his Mountain Strong YouTube channel. So every morning, Monday and Tuesday at 8 a.m., okay, do look out for the new episodes. And of course, again, we do not want you to go away with any doubts or any questions unanswered. So if you'd like to know more, okay, please let us know how we can serve you better by organizing a personalized Bible study. Okay, we'll be very, very happy to study with you, okay, either in person or online, okay, whichever avenue is more comfortable for you. Okay, but please, okay, just let us know your needs, and we'll answer your spiritual needs from the Bible. All right, so thank you once again for joining us this evening. This has been Singing Sunday, brought to you by the Jurong Church of Christ. My name is Paul Goh. So glad to be with you this evening, and I trust that you will have a great week ahead. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, and good night.
From the